Ever want to easily place sleeves inside a Revit model without being overcomplicated by things? Well, here at ValorVDC, we wrote this sleeve command that places floor sleeves in a floor easily. So all you got to do is select what floor sleeve you'd like to use. So we'll come in here, we'll select the first one, galvanized steel. And notice how it says place sleeve by floor. And all we're going to do is we're going to click on these two pipes. And we might as well come up here, click on this pipe. And for some variety, we'll come in here, we'll click on this pipe here. So now we've placed all four of those sleeves in a matter of seconds. We're not on a floor plan, dropping them in, trying to use the align tool or anything else. And everything is precisionally aligned. If I go to the second floor, you can see that all these sleeves are just precision aligned in there. So, well, one by one is great. But, here at ValorVDC, we kind of value our time. So we're looking at other options on how to do this. So what we did now is we're going to place multiple sleeves on one single floor. But before we do that, we're going to click this checkbox here. What this does is it allows us to choose two different types of sleeve. So we're going to go with the Hilti sleeve that's metal. And everyone knows Hilti goes up to about 6 inch. If you're trying to use the 8 and 10 inch sleeves, you're spending way too much money. But instead of that, since I don't have 8 inch pipe in the model, I only have 6, we're going to cap everything at 4, and we're going to make it all, I don't know, let's just say a black steel sleeve. And then we're going to check this box right here, place sleeves by floor. When I check this box, notice how this changes. So now it tells you it's placing sleeves by floor. Also, it's going to give you this other box. We're going to talk about later. If you have an engineer's model with a bunch of pipes you need to get out, you can check that box, but we'll get into that just a little later and another video. It's not important now. So we're going to click this green button right here. And now every time I highlight over floors in the model, it's only one floor in the model, it's going to allow us to place the sleeve. Now, like I said, this has got to be a floor that's in the model. It can't be from a linked model yet. I haven't decided if I want to go down that route. Typically what I'll do is I'll copy the architectural floor from the linked model, and then I'll place the sleeves. Now there's one caveat to that. Revit will sometimes mistake the floor in the architect's model with ours. So in order to use this command, you have to unload the architectural model. Just unload it and then reload it once you're done. It's a one-step process. So now all we're going to do is we're going to click this floor. And when we click this floor, you're going to see this dialog box picked up. 27 sleeves placed instantly. And you're like, damn, that's fast. Yeah, well, it is a little quick. And it's going to tell you a sleeve placement summary. It's going to tell you how many sleeves were placed and everything else. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click close. If you have more floors, like different types that are thicker, you might have one floor that's 8, another floor that's 10. You can go ahead and continue placing, but I'm just going to hit close. Now we're going to come back to the very first sleeves we placed. Here, 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 and here. And notice how all the other 2 inch pipes have Hilti sleeves, but these were unchanged because in the software, it realizes there's already a sleeve on this pipe within 1 inch. I'm not going to place it. Now, if this sleeve was drug over here for some reason, it would have placed a Hilti sleeve on the pipe. So with that said, let's move on. Explore other things that have happened. I'm going to zoom in here. Notice how we have a 2.5 inch pipe with a 4 inch Hilti sleeve. Well, why is it a 2.5 inch? Why isn't it a 3 inch sleeve instead of a 2.5? Well, it's got insulation on it. So it upsized the sleeve for insulation. Same with this one here. Notice this is a 4 inch sleeve on an 1.25 inch pipe with 2 inch insulation, I think it is. Maybe it's 1.5 inches. Yeah. So 1 inch insulation. So what it does is it reads the outside diameter of the insulation and it places the sleeve accordingly. Now, moving over here to the storm line, there are a few quirks. That's why right now for the first 100 customers, it's not $5, it's $3 because I'm still working through some of these small, slight errors. This pipe here is a 6 inch pipe, but it has an 8 inch sleeve. Technically, it should be 10 inch. Every sleeve should be 2 times the size diameter of the pipe. Yeah, it's basically for link seal information. You can get away with an 8-inch sleeve if it's really tight, but I always do 10-inch sleeves here for my 6-inch pipes just to make sure that we don't have any issues. And if they got to move something around, they can't. So you just have to hunt out the 10-inch sleeves. You can easily do that, or whatever. Now let's move into the floor. Since all these sleeves are floor hosted, I can come in here now and say, oh, snap, that's not a 6-inch floor, that's a 10-inch floor. So I can come in here and I can change the floor size, and you can see every single sleeve changed its size. Awesome, right? Now, getting back to the placement, something I forgot to mention. If the sleeve does not penetrate the floor completely, it's not going to place a sleeve there. I'm sorry, the pipe doesn't penetrate the floor completely. So if I go over here to this floor drain, you'll see there's a floor drain and then there's a pipe coming out, but there's no sleeve, but it caught all these other sleeves around this pipe, which is amazing, right? So right now we can read the insulation size, we can read the pipe size, we can place sleeves accordingly to the size of the pipe and the insulation, and it ignores floor drains because the sleeves are literally inside the structure of the slab. So that's the important thing. Like if you have water closets, this pipe doesn't actually come up through the water closet. So I'll have to come in here manually, unfortunately. And all I do is I'll just click this, click this, click this, click here. I gotta find it. Click here. Let me see if I can find it. And there should be one more. I guess I got them all. So there it is. So all of a sudden, I have sleeves placed on every single water closet. Quick, dirty, and easy. This piping here is half in the slab, half out. So I'll come in here and I'll add a couple more sleeves right here. I'll just click here. Boom, boom. You can see how this is jammed up in this sleeve. It's probably not going to work as well as I would like. So what I'm going to do is just make these 3-inch sleeves so that we can get everything on the inside. Boom, done. Wow, what a thing. Now, if I really wanted to make these really cool, what I can do is I can come into these sleeves, I can select this, and I can add an aerator to the bottom of the sleeve that's in here somewhere. It should be under construction right here. Aerator adapter. I can add this aerator adapter, and what it does is it pushes the sleeve up, so it still maintains, I think it's a 10-inch slab, but it allows you to put a fitting inside if you've ever used sole vent systems and stuff. So these sleeves are very versatile, and you're able to do a lot of stuff with them. Now, we've placed all of our sleeves, and we're not done yet, because here at ValorVDC, we have to think about something. Well, what if pipes move? You know, I moved that one sleeve, and let me move these. I moved that one sleeve earlier. Well, sometimes you got to move a pipe. You get an RFI or something that changes something. You got to come in and move. So all you do, I did that a little quick, come in here, click realign element, and then come in here and just click on the pipe that you want to realign to, and then click on the sleeve, and the sleeves automatically go in. Awesome, right? Well, I'm not done yet. There's still more to come. So now you got all your sleeves placed, and it's time to annotate. So now we're ready to place tags. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to load in the tag family. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to load family, and we're going to come here. So where these tags are located in all the ValorVDC families when you load in the plugin is here in the users document under public documents, ValorVDC. I did this so if you share your PC with someone at work, or you got different profiles and you load the plugin on one and then all of a sudden it's not visible on the other, who knows? Well, I wanted to make sure everybody who used a PC could easily find this stuff. And they're under families, and as you can see, I got sleeves, I got generic families, and annotations. These are all the sleeves that load into the plugin. Super simple. And then this is the one accessory tag I have now. And what it does is it has many different tags inside of it, which we're about ready to see. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up, we're going to load it in, and then we're going to start placing tags. So I'm just going to type TG on the keyboard, and now I'm going to hover over each sleeve. And I'm just going to start placing these tags. And for some reason, some of these vent sleeves are not being picked up correctly, which isn't too hard. We can come in here and we can go ahead and put these tags here, and we'll come over here and we'll do a few more tags. Super simple, super easy. Wherever there's a sleeve, you can tag. And some of these don't come in. Well, if they don't come in right, all you gotta do is go back to here and then try to realign element. And for some reason, they didn't quite pick up, so now they pick up. And we'll just come back here and we'll find this other one right here. We'll click the pipe and then we'll click this. And then all of a sudden it starts to pick up again. So when I come down here, these are not getting picked up for some reason. But like I said, we have a solution for almost everything that has to deal with these sleeves for now. We'll go back, realign elements, and we'll go ahead and pick these up. Boom. Oops. And when you do the realign element, it's not going to pick up anything that's not a pipe. So you just have to click on the pipe and go. And like I said, if you have your sleeves, you moved your pipe and your sleeves are over here, you can always come back and you can use this realign tool to realign your sleeves and drop in. So thank you very much if you made it through this entire video. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you again in many more endeavors that we have to talk about and discuss in this entire toolbar here. Thank you and goodbye.